How to add shapes as a pixel design in Affinity Photo. This is a workaround. Firstly, create a file. File and then New. And go over here and I'm going to set it to 500 and 500, DPI 72. That's the same as the document. And also transparent background and then click Create. I'm going to add a shape. Just going to go over here to the Tools panel and you can create any of these shapes. I'm just going to go with the star tool. I'm also going to change the colour, so go to the top left, click there and maybe set it to red. And now apply. And you can see the issue. It's a vector design. Whenever you create a shape, it's always as a vector design, as a new layer. Now, of course, you can set all the various settings along here in the control bar to create all kinds of different star designs. Next thing to do, go to the layer and rasterize. We want it as a pixel layer, no use as a star design. So make all the changes, all the various settings, get your star in the way you want it, and then go to layer and rasterize. Click there and it's done. Go to the Tools panel and select the Clone Brush tool. As soon as you do that, you've got all these options along here. There's one option that's very useful, and that's Add Global Source. You can use these ones, of course, as well, but with this, I want to add Global Source. So click there. As soon as you do that, you've got your global source there, just added to the sources. You can find that in View menu, Studio and Sources. Now you can delete it, just go down here if you don't want it. You can also add a new one, etc. However, got this now positioned there. So you can see it there. What I can now do is go back to this document and I'm just going to go over here. For some weird reason it deselects the clone there. So Clone Brush tool is reselected. Now I don't want lined. Now if I use aligned, it just puts it in one place, which is not what I want. What I want is to apply and it just to create it at that position where I'm actually applying the brush. So I'm just going to go here, aligned, and deselect that. Current layer, don't want that. Current layer below, nope, I want the global. So there's global and it's going to use this, so global. Straight away you can see that's highlighted. Now what I can do is I can apply. Now you can see what happens. It applies it obviously pretty big, which is not ideal. You might think, you know, well, I don't want it that size. That's the size that it's created, obviously in the other document. But what you can do, you've got options up here. Rotation, not so much use, but a little bit of use. But you can set the scale down. Now, unfortunately, you can only set it to 1%. That's the lowest. So I'm just going to set it, say, 24%. And now I'm just going to go to a particular part and I can just apply. And you can see now you've got your star design. Now, if I go over here, I can apply and again, star design. And I'm not creating any new layers. Now, of course, it's a pixel design. It's added to this design and you can apply again and again. And of course, you can go over here and scale and you can reduce that down again, maybe say 9%. So you can see it just applied there or there. And also, say you've got rotation as well, so you can change rotation, so it's applied slightly different. I think it's very, very similar, to be honest. However, what you can also do, you might think, I want to change the colour of that. How to do that? To change the colour, you could create a new document, new global source, etc. However, what you can do, you can go back to the star here, or you could, of course, change the star as well. It doesn't have to stay a star. But you can go up here to Layer, and you can go down to New Adjustment Layer. And I'm going to go with Recolor. So Recolor, that's an adjustment. It's a layer on top of this. And then I can go to here, Hue, and I can change it. So I can move that back. I'm going to go with blue or purple, blue. So there it is, set to blue. And there's an option here, Merge. So you can click that, and that will merge the adjustment and the pixel layer into a single pixel layer. So just click merge and now you can see what's happened. Takes a few seconds to update, slightly slow actually. So now you can see it there. However, you've got an option here, add global source. So you can click there. You can also click here as well. And that is also add global source. Now sometimes this doesn't appear. This sort of is not enabled. I'm not certain why. So you might prefer just click here. So click add global source. And now you can see you've got this new global source. And conveniently it's put that there. Now if it doesn't, so sometimes if it doesn't have it, what you can do is you can double click and then you can go in here. You can see as you do that, you get that little there and you can just position it. That's all you need to do. If you want it there, you could position it any position. Doesn't have to be in the center, but that's the default. So you can click and you can see there and it's put that there. Again, double click, click there and it's put it back in the center. Now, what you can now do is let's go back to the other document. So just go back to the other document and now you'll notice none of these are selected. Now this one has still got a source, so it's quite handy. So if you want to, you can still select this one. Just select it and apply, red. This time, go to the blue one and you can apply it as blue. And you can go back to red and so on. So now you've got and you could add obviously green, purple, yellow, whole heaps of different colours as well as other designs, of course. You don't have to keep it perfectly like that star. So you can just go back and forth using this sources panel and add this design. Now it's all still a pixel layer, which means, of course, what you can do, you can go over here. Just select, I'm just going to go here for the mixer brush, paint mixer brush, and then just apply. And so now I can smudge it in, apply, and I can always go back. So I decide, you know what, I want to add some more stars. Well, simply just go there. Of course, if I had that star there, it becomes a shape. And you have to then merge it and all those sorts of things, which is not so convenient. I think it's just quick and easy just to add it this way. As a source, this sources can be used as a library of options that you can just apply very rapidly like that and then go back to your there and you can just then smudge them in like that. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Thank you very much.